We're going to welcome everybody here today. Before we get everything really started and going, I want to go ahead and let the band, I'm going to hand it over to Mr. Kelly. I'm going to let the band go ahead and play the school song and the fight song, and we'll go from there.
As you get older in life, it takes a little while.
Good afternoon. I'm going to start this off. Welcome everybody here. So thankful that everybody came today. COVID situation, stuff like that. Got a pretty good little program for you here today. Before I get started, I'd like to recognize a few people first. High school principal at the time, Mr. Sims, was here at Hooks. Kenneth Hall, he's here today.
I think he used that paddle on me one time.
Junior high principal, Mr. David Haynes, is also in attendance. School board members from 1974 and 75, Mr. Bill Thomas and Emerson Balmain is also in attendance. And of course, the members of the 1974-75 Hooks Hornets football team is also in attendance. You know, I'm going to start off with welcoming everybody. We're so blessed to have Mr. Sims in attendance today. So blessed for this opportunity to be here. I'm so blessed to be part of this community and be here today. The things, it's the memorabilia that Mr. Sims, Mr. White have made available for the Hook School. It's just unbelievable. It's unbelievable. If you guys hadn't got the chance to go buy the trophy case yet and whatnot, we'll be going by in groups later on. I could sit here and I had a kid. I'm not going to dime him out. I had a kid the other day here about 6 weeks ago when we was putting it in the trophy case. We were putting all the memorabilia in the trophy case, and he walked up there to me and he said, "Mr. Minner?" I said, "Yes, sir." He said, "I was going to ask you a question." I said, "What's that?" He said, "Do you think PG has anything in their trophy case that looks like this?" And I'm the perfect guy to ask that to. And I said, "Well," and that's a good answer. That's a good question. PG, they've won 2 state championships, I think, in the last 5 years. You know, I mean, I'm not going to hate too much because they ain't got nobody in their division but Gilmer. But there's 2 good teams in there besides them. Wait a minute, I'm sorry, Carthage dropped down this year, so now we've got 3 good teams in there. I'm joking. I've got some PG people here in attendance. I just couldn't help myself. The truth is, Hook PG's superintendent, administration, coaches, their players, they've played real hard. They've set a high example. You got to recognize the best to be the best, and we do that. There is no doubt. They have set the bar in the area. No question. But all truth aside, and all kidding aside, that's a true story. But the truth is, and the facts of the matter is that there is nothing like that. The things that's in that trophy case, absolutely nothing. Nobody's got anything like that. South Lake Carroll, Allen ISD, IMG Academy do not have the things that's in that trophy case outside, guys. I'm just here to tell you the truth, and that's not to hate on anybody's program or nothing like that. But that's just the truth. But you know, they've asked me to sit here and they've asked me to talk here 7 or 8 minutes, and game day won't let me move around because they got me tied here, so I'll probably mess up 10 times, but that's all right. But the truth is, the matter is that, you know, they want me to spend 7 or 8 minutes, and in 7 or 8 minutes, I couldn't talk to you about all the memorabilia in that case. I couldn't talk to you about a Walter Camp Award. I couldn't talk to you about a first print issue of Sports Illustrated, the #1 off the printing press with a Hooks alumni on the case, and it's out there in that trophy case. I just can't. There's no words. It's unprecedented things that this man has been able to accomplish in life. But in 7 or 8 minutes, I also could do, there's other things I can't talk about. In 7 or 8 minutes, I can't talk to you about what Billy Sims has done for American football. There's no way I can cover that in 7 or 8 minutes. I can't cover in 7 or 8 minutes what Billy Sims has done for Hooks ISD in the Hooks community. There's no way I can cover that in 7 or 8 minutes. But what I can do is I can cover a story in 7 or 8 minutes. It's going to take place of a personal story with me. And when I was about 11 or 12 years old, I started going to the state basketball tournament. Now, I've got people in the crowd here looking at me like, "Man, we got the 1978 Heisman winner in here, and you're going to talk about basketball?" But the truth is that the story has some relevance. So when I come here in 2004, 2005, I had a very great thing in life that took place for me. In 2004 and 2005, I signed a contract here to be an administrator here at Hooks ISD. when I signed that contract and stuff, I felt really proud about that. It was a monumental achievement for me personally. The community, I love the community of Hooks. I love the football, love the athletics, love everything to do with the Hooks community. That being said, one of the perks of becoming a Hooks administrator is that you get one of those nice Hooks ISD administration shirts. So I wore it. I wore it down to the state basketball tournament. I only missed one tournament since I was 11 or 12 years old. I wore it down there. And you might get by with a Hooks hoodie or something like that, but if you roll into the state basketball tournament and you're wearing a Hooks administration shirt, ISD, I'll bet any of you in the audience right now, any of you, whatever you want to bet, we can go down there this year, I'll put one on, or I'll put one on you. And you'll have 3 or 4 people come up and talk to you about Billy Sims, Hooks, Texas, greatest football player I've ever seen. I wish I had $100 every time that statement's been made to me. I really do. I really do. And so as that's going on in life and in time that's happened, I got to where I'd ask people, I'd say, well, where are you from? Weatherford, Abilene, Waco, Austin, most of them from the Metroplex, really. And I'd say, well, did y'all watch Billy play at OU? No, we watched him play in high school. Did you watch him play in a playoff game in high school? No, we watched him play in Hooks, Texas. Hooks, Texas. Have you lived in the Metroplex or Abilene your whole life? Absolutely. We drove to Hooks, Texas to watch him play. Now, I wasn't around in 78. I'd love to see somebody travel from Abilene, Texas to Hooks, Texas. That's a pretty good little commute to watch a man play football, in a 3A school especially. And I asked him, I said, well.
That was 2A back then.
2A back then. My bad, 2A back then. 2A back then. Regardless, to come that far, to watch that type of game, unbelievable. They said, yeah, we sat on the interstate for 2 hours waiting to get off the interstate one time to watch a football game in Hooks, Texas. And it just baffles me. It baffles me. It's unbelievable because this is a true story. You know, I mean, people drove here to see Mr. Sims play all over the state of Texas. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I got a little video here I'd like to share with y'all. I'm going to go ahead and play it. I think it has a little relevance.
The bowl invites, remember, there's not bowl eligibility requirements this year, so we'll see if Kansas State can get an invite, and they certainly will accept it. Howard. He will not pick up the first down. Wonderful field tackle for this Texas squad, and that's Estelle. Montreal Estelle. I just love that. Where are you from? Hooks, Texas. You go to Hooks, Texas. Don't you gotta go to Texas University of Texas? Look at Lawrence. You would think so. 4th down and 2, Kansas State.
The applause got to it, but y'all heard right there at the end, he also says, you know who else is from Hooks, Texas? Billy Sims. I rest my case, guys. I think I just proved it right there. That was on national television, Mr. Sims, and that was Saturday. That was Saturday. It just so happens fate you here today, but that was Saturday. Montreal Estelle made that play, and they went to talking about it. And let me tell you, Montreal Estelle is doing his part to continue on the legacy and tradition that you have going. He's doing his part. He sure is. And he's not the only one. He's not the only one. We got a couple over here that's doing their part to maintain your tradition. Ain't that right, Benji? Ain't that right, David? Because it don't matter what classification you drop down to. It don't matter what classification you move to. We still back-to-back district champs this year. And these kids right here, they left it all out there. And you ain't got to take my word for it. You ain't got to take their word for it. You can ask Dangerfield and Atlanta about that. They know. Look, Coach Burwell over, he's ducking that head. Coach Burwell's like, oh my Lord, they got ammunition for me next year. We're graduating heavy, and boy, Dangerfield and them are going to be after us. And that's the thing. But y'all notice I didn't say nothing about Paul Pewitt. Paul Pewitt's got our number, and Benji Johnson's going to have to deal with that forever because his first cousin plays for him. So it'll be, for now on, he's going to have to deal with that. But that's the case. You know, like I said, don't hate. The truth is about it is that we are honored here to have you. We are absolutely honored to have you. Any program I talked about today, we deeply respect you. Atlanta, Paul Pewitt, Dangerfield, Pleasant Grove, we deeply respect you, or I wouldn't bring your name up. So that's a very good compliment to those programs, fantastic schools and administrations, whatnot. I do have our school board president. He's going to come up here and say a few things, and I'm going to leave it with him because I could go on talking all day.
Good afternoon. My name is Scott Duncan. I am the school board president here at Hooks ISD. Kind of like Mr. Minter said, I want to thank everyone for showing up and just let you know how honored we are here at Hooks ISD to be able to display Mr. Billy Sims, his accomplishments in his career along as with his life. So I just want to thank everyone for being here today. And remember, it's always a great day to be a Hornet.
Go Hornets! What they say in Oklahoma? Boomer! Sooner! Sooner or later, we'll get you. Sooner or later. My name is Chris Fountain. I'm one of the assistant football coaches and the dean of students here at Hooks High School. But Mr. Sims, I had a phone call today. One of our mutual friends, okay? She was a young lady back in the day. And I believe you had an orange car at one time, did you not? Yes, I did.
And this young lady, do y'all remember that orange car? Yeah, okay. All right, well, this young lady I talked to.
I was going to Texas, that's why.
Yeah, he thought she's going to Texas. Yeah, yeah. But this young lady I talked to, you probably know her. I think she was. I see you kind of. She was a younger lady back then. Her name was Blenda Coleman. You know her? Yeah, you do. Yeah. Well, her father was one of the coaches, Jack Coleman. Okay. All right. Well, Jack. Jack told his daughter, never get in a car with a young man. Well, she kind of whispered and pulled on Billy's ear and said, I sure would like to ride that orange car. And sure enough, y'all had a little joyride, correct? Yeah? Okay. All right.
Not that far.
Okay, not that far, just around the block. All right. All your teammates out here, y'all remember Thursday night curfews? Yeah? 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 I believe Mr. Coleman said, one of those particular Thursday night curfews happened during the four-stage fair. Y'all fixing to play There Be I Love. How about that?
Can I leave?
Nope. So anyway, Coach Coleman told them during the week, I better not see y'all out that fair on Thursday night. That's when the fair is out there at Spring Lake Park. Okay? Well, he and his family went out there. Coach Coleman, he and his family all went out there, and they were leaving. And, oh, no. Here comes somebody coming through the gate. Not with one girl, but he had two girls with him on that particular night. And Coach Coleman says, looks like you're not going to make curfew. Did you make curfew?
No, I didn't.
No, he didn't make curfew. And it cost Mr. Sims. Yeah. That big game against LE, what were you doing on the first half of that game, sir? He was sitting on the bench because he broke curfew. Steaming on the bench. Came back out the second half, had 20 carries for 135 yards, but still came up short on the scoreboard. Yeah. So she
Take full blame for that one.
she take full blame for that. But anyway, that's just one of the short stories that she shared with me over the course of this morning. I got a chance to talk to her. By the way, I went to school with her at Southern Arkansas University. She's an old mule rider.
Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, she shares some more things on a more serious note about when you showed up to the memorial service funeral for Coach Coleman and how the family appreciated that, and throughout the years that all the
all the attributes and characteristics that this great community has instilled into its people, and you still embrace that. Yeah, and that's what makes this place a great place, and we appreciate that. We appreciate you carrying on that, like I said, that legacy, and coming here where we can impart back to you just a celebration of you today. And we thank you for coming, and thank you for all the other guys that showed up. This is about you guys too, believe it or not, for what y'all did and invested into the program during those days. It's a great accomplishment for that group of guys. And once again, thank you for coming, and hope you enjoy the rest of your day here.
Go Hornets!
40-something years later, I still consider Hooks, Texas, my hometown. I willing to share with it on the short notice how proud I was to grow up in this community and all the friends that I made and all the teammates that I have. And there's a lot of teammates that have gone on before us that are not here anymore. And it would be remiss if I didn't take the time to say the guys that graduated in 73, 74, and 75, the guys that no longer here, we remember you guys. We haven't forgotten you. And Billy, I'm glad that the community of Hooks has never forgotten you. I never have. I've always been proud to call you my teammate. Sometimes you'll live vicariously through the accomplishments of others. You're proud of the things that your kids do. You're proud of the things that your parents do, and you're proud of the accomplishments that your teammates do. And we're very, very proud of you. I'd like to say that the year after I graduated from high school, the first round of playoffs, Dad was up in the stands, and Dad took a lot of pride in the Hooks Hornets. He even had something called the Hornet Hotline that he put a new little wisecrack saying on there, and it was a special telephone number that you could call every day and find out the latest scoop, what's going on with the Hooks Hornets and everything. But Dad was a big Booster Club member and supporter of the Hornet football program. But Dad was sitting in the stands before the big game, and this guy sat down, and he said, "Man," he said, "I drove 150 miles to come watch this Hornet team play." He said, "I heard all about this guy called Billy Sims." He said, "Well, tell me, what kind of offense do y'all run?" And Dad said, "Well, it's a pretty simple offense. We run Billy Sims sweep left, and Billy Sims sweep right, and Billy Sims up the middle." Well, they kicked off the Hooks, and first play was a sweep around the right end, and Billy Sims took it 70-something yards for a touchdown. And that guy said, "Dadgum, I can't wait to see them other two plays." So, but I mean, that's, it was a real thrill to be part of a team, a special season that we had like that. And I'll tell you a little bit about Coach Jack Coleman. He was a stickler. I mean, you know how it is. You put your football helmet on. If you got long hair, sometimes the hair will stick out under your helmet. And Coach Coleman, he'd reach under that helmet, and he'd grab that hair, and he'd just pull it, and it felt like your brains was coming out with it. And he said, "Son, about time for a haircut." "Yes, sir." So I guarantee you, fifth period, before we went down to the football practice to go down the field for football practice, we'd all run to the bathroom and get our hair, and we'd wet it real slick, so none of it would come out underneath that helmet. But Jack Coleman, he didn't really care about special skills or anything like that. All he wanted was a team. He had a saying that I think we can probably recite by heart. He said, "I don't care who you are. I don't care who you think you are. I don't care who your mama and daddy think you are. Boys, all I need is 11. The rest of it, if you can't cut it, you can go to the house. And I think we would have chewed nails and we'd have done anything for. We'd have run through a wall for Coach Coleman, and I appreciate the things that he instilled in us. And like I said, I appreciate this community. I get to watch you guys on Facebook when you play ball, and it's a lot of fun, even being 200 miles away from Hooks, being able to watch you guys play. So you look among yourselves there, you look at your teammates, and I guarantee you're going to remember them. You're going to think fondly of them 30, 40 years down the road. So stick together, work together, be the type of team that you want to be the type of teammate that you want to be, and good luck to you. And Billy, congratulations.
Wow. You know, had I known I was going to live this long, I'm 65 years old now, I probably would have played golf instead of football. But it's definitely, I'm very proud and honored to be here, see a lot of my teammates, you know, all the success that I've had over the years. Bring it back here to Hooks, Texas, and my teammates. I wasn't the only one out there running the ball and tackling and blocking. We had some pretty good guys on the team at that time period. And, of course, I got most of the love for what Hooks did in football, but believe you, we had a lot of great players on that team that made it happen during my time period. A little of my background, actually, I wasn't born here in Hooks, Texas. I was born in St. Louis, Missouri, but all my family was from Hooks, Texas. And I relocated to Hooks around the 8th grade, 9th grade, whatever, and really didn't want to play football. I was more of a baseball guy, big Cardinals fan. Any Cardinals fans here in the house? Got two, okay. But at that time period, in the inner city, black kids, we played baseball. We didn't play football. My heroes growing up at that time was Bob Gibson, Landon Cepeda, Kurt Flood, Lou Brock. Well, I wore number 20 because of Lou Brock. That's where the 20 came from. And, of course, when I came to Texas, everybody played football. A lot of my relatives, they played. They thought baseball was a sissy game. But I was so afraid of getting hit, I didn't want to play that position. I wanted to be the guy hitting somebody else. But Coach Coleman saw something that I didn't see in myself. And again, it came back to my teammates, guys up front. We all know the big guys up front. That's where it started. And just so fortunate to be on a team of great guys and great players. And being from Hooks, even to this day, most people, they said, well, did you play pro ball? I said, yeah, for Detroit. They don't ever bring up Detroit. I know why. Because they still stink, even to this day. But I said, no, I'm from Hooks, Texas. Oh, we know where they are. I said, have you ever heard of Texarkana? It's right outside of Hooks. And as I sit here and look at the young men over here, just think 30, 40 years from now, you'll be in the same situation that you might have opportunity to take your talent to the next level. And I hope you do. Make sure you choose OU, though, because I'm partial to Oklahoma. But even with that, I can relate to when I was being recruited. I was actually headed to Baylor University. Let me throw this in there. Grant Taft was the head coach at that time. And Southwest Conference, they had just upset Texas that year. I think it was 73, something like that. And, well, my grandmother fell in love with Coach Taft. They're Baptists, we're Baptists. I was just going because we was Baptists. Had no idea I would be going to Oklahoma. Actually, I wasn't going up there to visit, which I did go. Of course, everything changed after that, which was probably one of the best moves in my life of going to Oklahoma. But I would see Coach Taft over the years, after I had won the Heisman Trophy, and he would shake his finger at me every time. So when RG3 finally won a trophy at Baylor, I got in touch with Coach Taft. I said, well, Coach, after 30-something years, Baylor finally get a Heisman Trophy winner. But anyway, but the success, you know, you can go on. And it all started right here in Hooks, Texas for me. A lot of players sometimes don't get the recognition, but any time that they talk about me, I'm always talking about somebody else. Because I've learned in life, and you young guys will too, you can't get through this whole world by yourself. You got to have some help. And I had a lot of help during that time period. We had a great ride. Should have won state. We won't even talk about that. But anytime I can do something for the Hornets in Hooks, Texas, you can call on me anytime. And thank you very much. Go Hornets!
We're going to look at go in groups down to look at the trophy case. We'll take first, we'll take the football players, and of course Billy will walk down there in just a second. We've got cookies and stuff. We can kind of congregate and get together in here and whatnot. It's probably, was a bell change going to take, 15 minutes? How long? So in about 3 minutes we'll head down there. So, okay.
find you. Matter of fact, the statue over here in Oklahoma is made off of that picture. It is. That's right.
Yeah, we saw it text a guy on the ground.
Right. You only saying they're going to see in my head.
We still hit him.
Okay, good.
Well, I got to send that to my Texas.
That's what I'm saying. No. I said Earl Campbell was here. No, Bob. He know.
Where is our state?
You too. You sit down.
I'm in my happy place.
Yeah, I know the feeling. Good to see you.
Detroit man, see you later.
They're going to find me.
Structure.